Hey, what's up, everyone? This is Trent from CourseCareers. Today I'm speaking with Chavez to talk about his journey breaking into tech sales. He was just telling me before we hit record that CourseCareers and landing his new business development role helped him get in this new residence. Why don't you tell us more about that?
Yeah, so it took me some time to actually get the course. Whew, man, it's really just seems so surreal because it actually worked. You know what I mean? Like everything that the course had taught, from start to finish, uh, information about SDRs, BDRs, AEs, information about the interview process, and then the extra help that was actually there through the coaching that was available and mentorships and things of that nature. Like it all were key components to land the spot that I'm in right now, which is it's a startup company. So that's a great portion of it. And it's in logistics, which is what I'm heavily have a background in anyway in the logistics world. So the fact that I was able to land a job as a SDR and logistics, it kind of just make it go all, full circle.
Why did you decide to get into tech sales?
So I always wanted like sales. You know what I mean? Like I felt like sales was really it really fit my personality. It fits the talents that God had blessed me with to have, being an extrovert or whatever you may call it. I love people. I love and yeah, so then I love technology, love video games, love computers. So it just kind of goes like hand in hand. And then especially knowing in a day and age that we're in right now, everything is going to tech. So it's like you can't do nothing about it. We can't even be talking right now the way we are without tech. So
Yeah, yeah. So you mentioned, Chavez, you come from a logistics background and now you work as a sales development rep selling software to logistics companies. What role did Course Careers play in helping educate you or build the connections to then land this SDR job?
okay, so I started out as a truck driver at the age of 21. That was the beginning of my logistics journey, and then did that for a few years. And I took a freight broker course that got me out of the truck to where I'm now an independent dispatcher, and I'm dispatching for other companies, other carriers that I done built relationships with. And then I actually got off into being a carrier sales representative, but then or freight broker, however you want to call it. And but the thing with that, even with the freight broker course that I took, it didn't really teach sales necessarily. It taught what the lingo, and it taught like, okay, this is what a freight broker does, but then it didn't quite teach the biggest part of it, which was sales. You know, going through the sales cycles of actually getting your clients and things of that nature. So Course Careers had really like filled in that void that was there for me, and to knowing like, okay, you're not calling someone trying to get the immediate business, right? You're calling someone to just set up a meeting, or you're calling them just to have another extensive conversation with them. You're not trying to like get the immediate sale like how you would normally do with B2C. So it really distinguished the difference between B2B and B2C. And it's like, oh, okay, that makes a lot of sense. And then it just put like terms in there that you kind of had some information about, but Course Careers really like labeled it like this is what this is, and this is what this is, and this is how you do this. And it's like, okay, yeah, that sounds about right. Like,
B2C, business to consumer, B2B, business to business. Just for those of you who are listening, Chavez, talk about your experience going through Course Careers. What were some of the key lessons, and then ultimately, how long did it take you to go through the course to then start applying to companies and land the job?
okay, so so the part for the course for me that really helped me out a lot was the sales methodology. if I said that correctly. And the sales cadences, really just the books that y'all, really recommend for us to read and then quizzed us on those things. So it really just helped you out with the mindset. I think the biggest thing was the mindset shift than anything else. Um, what the course had really had did for me. And I actually had bought the course like back in like November of last year. Was like November, December of last. I think it was like December of last year, and I was living in Dallas with my family at the time. I'm a father and husband, by the way. I have four small children and one on the way due any moment now somewhere. So, well, not somewhere. I know where they at, but they just not here yet. And so just that transition, we had just moved back to the Chicago area in January, so I wasn't even able to dive deeply into the course until like it was like around April, May. I think it was like May. So I completed it within the month once I actually dived deep into it. Because I was a truck driver still, part time and things like that. So I was able to fit that in when I had downtime, got through the course, read the books, listened to the audios, because it's like, man, I really wanted this. I really need to, get out of the truck and everything so I can be with my family. You know what I mean? And it really done that because my kids are also homeschooled. My wife is a stay-at-home mom, stay-at-home wife. And so, I had like a lot of motivation to just knock it out the park. And then once I got done with the course, um, that's when I started like applying to jobs because now I built up that confidence, to do so. And then I actually had met with a couple of the coaches, like Prince. Prince was a really great help. He's here in Chicago as well. I had seen Kingston's story as well, and I had a one-on-one coaching session with Kingston as well. And I also had it was a group coaching with a few people like Paris and Shu. Yeah, it was them as well. And just asking questions, about like interviews. What do you say? To reach out to get the people's attention. And Kingston's story has spoke out tremendously because I know he basically like after he applied, he reached out to the people himself.
Yep.
So and I took that piece of information as well, right? To get the job that I'm at right now. So I sent the application in, right? It was like 168 applicants, right? So I thought like, why not me? How come, why I shouldn't be the one out of 100 and however the number is, right? So I sent the application in. Uh, then with the LinkedIn Premium, that helps out a lot to where, I can see who the hiring managers are. So I reached out to each of them. They didn't really send nothing back at the time, so I reached out again, and really just using what I learned in the course because it's like to get the job, you're your own first product, you know? So you have to sell yourself first. If you know how to sell yourself, you can sell anything at that point, right? So I did that, and then they reached back to me, and they was like, "Oh, we really like how you followed up and you reached out to us. So yeah, we can get you in for an interview." So I went through the 3 rounds of the interview. The second round, I didn't even know that he was gonna put me in a hot seat. Like he put me in a hot, and we did the little mock call and I was able to do a pretty well enough job to where it got me to the third round and met with the CEO of the company, and he kind of put me in the hot seat as well, and was just asking me like, what's your elevator pitch and things of that nature. So it was pretty great, man. It was great. It was a great experience.
Well, fantastic. That you're just a testament to someone that's willing to go above and beyond, especially utilizing the coaching. You dropped all the goats' names. Shu, co-qualified VP of Sales after going through CourseCareers. Paris, she went to Rippling for a while. She's got her whole personal brand, drawing a lot of attention with the affiliates. And then Prince, he's great. I interviewed him. Really fantastic guy. That's something we've been focusing on big time in CourseCareers is setting students up for success, not only with the information, but also with the coaching network. so that you can be paired with someone that's made it through the course, actually landed an SDR, BDR job, and can help condition you through the experience with mock interviews, cold call role plays, preparing for the final exam, landing the job, all of those processes. What was the impact of that coaching on you? Just because I'm sure some folks are out there are wondering, well, course careers work for me. Clearly, it's worked for you. In addition to the material, you have access to this coaching. So, how important is that to your success?
The coaching was extremely important because I was able to ask questions on things that I was still kind of, misfiring on, or things that I even wanted to overachieve on. And then, having the coaching with Prince, specifically, he pointed out, helped me out with my resume. He helped me get my resume together. And, even after the coaching session, he was still obtainable to get to, and to message, and, built a relationship with him, which was really great because we are all people. So that's the great thing is, you're interacting with other people that understand. So they really want to help. So it's really like the genuineness of the people that are set to be coaches. You know what I mean? And like I said, he helped out me get my resume together because I did send out a few how the way I thought that was going to be good before, but then had the session with him and he saw my resume and he was like, okay, let's change this. Okay, let's do this differently right here. Okay, let's just change the whole template. We're not gonna use that template at all.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
yeah, yeah. So, that was a very, very strong impact. And like I said, the coaching session I had with Kingston, with, just letting me know like, hey, you gotta reach out to these people. You know what I mean? Like you gotta really want it. You gotta want to really set yourself apart from the 100 or 200 many applicants that's doing the same thing that you're doing. So, just having that mentor, having that coach there to just, reminding you and encouraging you like you can do it. And that's really being there to, help you tweak a little things along the way. Like it was very, very important. Without it, I don't even think I would have landed the job that I have right now, honestly.
Massive impact transformation. I'm a coach in Course Careers. So for those of you who want to meet me and we'll do some group coaching, you can see me in Course Careers. That's where you can find me and all these other great coaches. We've linked the free intro course below, no cost, high impact. I break down 90 minutes of free material, why tech sales, so in greater depth, what you can expect, but the future of it as a sales development rep, business development rep, what you were doing, and then how to actually get started. Should people start that if there's even this much interest?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Just like you see in previous videos before, like this is real. Like, you know what I mean? If you got to hear it for the 150th time and 149th isn't enough, go ahead and listen for the 150th time. Like, hey, this is real. Go ahead and do it if you have any little bit of interest. And what really had caught my attention too was the video that I saw you had did with the brother Joseph, cause his situation was very similar to mine, and I remember his story. I think he did some outside sales job before he had got to the tech sales road that he in right now. And I remember he was saying he even had like 5 children and his sixth one was on the way. And I'm like, man, that's very similar to my situation. So then, so just hearing it too, cause it's people from all walks of life that does it. You know
Yeah,
what I mean? So just watching these videos, and I've been watching them for a really long time, and just saw the one or two that just continued to light that fire under me, or just uh, brought the gas to the little bit of lit that I had. You know what I mean?